how has, I guess, YouTube changed the video advertising industry? And then where do you see it going in the future?
YouTube's changed video advertising stylistically. It's kind of opened up the possibilities. For television, there were kind of prepackaged concepts of what can work and what can't. You know, we just said 22-minute episodes that are 30 minutes with commercials. The commercials are 30 seconds a piece, maybe 60 if you're a big spender. On YouTube, that's not the case. You can format them however you want. You can find an audience for 12-minute content. You can find an audience for 5-second content. There's a channel called 5-Second Films. That's all they do is 5-second comedic films. 5 seconds. You could never do that with TV. I think it just takes down any pre-existing walls or structure and kind of puts the creative reins in your hands to do whatever you want to try out.
Yeah, I've been thinking lately too, like as far as online advertising, you had AdWords that I think the first AdWords was developed 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's a cost per click, and the clicks were super inexpensive. It was like 10 cents. And now
New platform.
Yeah, brand new platform. And now like you get clicks that sometimes it's $20 per click.
Yeah.
Or $5. It's not uncommon.
And there are some industries where it's just ridiculous, where you'll pay $70 a click if you're in legal or insurance.
Right.
The competition's insane.
So now they added the video for AdWords, which is a cost per view if you do true view in-stream advertising. And it's also super low. You can get down to 10 cents per view or 15 cents per view. And I just think there's this huge tidal wave, like the billions and billions of dollars that are spent on TV advertising will eventually flow online.
Yeah, sooner or later there's going to be a tipping point. You talk to somebody who's younger, who's maybe a teenager or in their 20s, and ask them how much video they watch online versus how much television, broadcast or cable television they watch. And even if they're watching broadcast or cable television, ask them if they're watching it on Hulu or Netflix or Amazon streaming video. There's going to be a tipping point at sometime in the near future where the advertising dollars suddenly flood into the online space. When advertisers decide, okay, it's actually more profitable for us to advertise not on television, but on web video.
Yeah.
And as soon as that happens, you're going to see a dramatic shift in that industry.
And it almost, to me, it seems like a no-brainer. Like with YouTube advertising, I know who's watching, who's clicking. I know how long they're watching the video. I know if they go to my site and pay for something, if it's a conversion. I know where in the world they're watching, and anyone can. It's relatively inexpensive right now, versus TV. Like here's tens of thousands of dollars. Maybe we don't know the exact numbers, who's watching and where they're watching, but this is what we estimate, and it just seems like a no-brainer for me to do the online video. But
yeah,
it's taken out the old way of advertising. For
yeah,
sure.
Mass broadcasting, which again is what I studied in school. It's like a megaphone in a crowd. You can give one big fat message to everybody. What web advertising allows you to do is to have a message for each individual. It changes the nature of mass media a little bit in that things can be tailored. It's not the same thing for everybody necessarily. How they see what they see can be individualized and custom fit for them. Right. So we're moving out of kind of an era of mass media and mass advertising to this space of like custom media and custom advertising that's going to be individually more effective for people watching.
Right. And the funny thing is right now, like nobody really knows about it or is using it. Most of the in-stream ads I see are by Google trying to get people to use the platform.
And it's a learning curve. There are lots of people still learning how to use the new advertising tools and video. For a long time, I would see for the TrueView format of advertised video on YouTube, you can watch for 5 seconds, and then if you decide to skip that video, that advertisement, after watching the first 5 seconds, you can skip it.
Right.
For a long time, I would see movie trailers that all you saw was this film has been rated PG-13 by the MPAA. And it's like, that took up my 5 seconds. Like, I'm going to skip. I don't even know what movie you're advertising. I have no possible way I could know that. And I already have the option of moving on. It's a matter of being familiar with the medium and trying to figure out its strengths. For YouTube, true view advertising, one strength is if you capture their attention in the first 5 seconds, you can have somebody watch your ad for the next 10 minutes if you want to.
Right.
But you have to capture their attention in the first 5 seconds. So create your media around those strengths.
It's also, I think it's good too in those first 5 seconds to target your market, because there's some people you just don't want to talk to.
Yeah, totally.
It's like, hey, if you're not into video, skip this ad because my ad's not for you.
And
isn't for you.
I've worked with groups that have done that. If you're this kind of person, you need to watch this video all the way through. It's that simple. You can just tell them. Or if you're, you can just say it. And that's the thing that in 5 seconds can be a good enough hook to catch their attention to watch.
Definitely.